Hey guys, welcome to Cruising Tarot. I'm also on TikTok. I know, so if you want to check out the description box below, there's more information in there. Let's go ahead and get started with Truth and Clarity for fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Okay, let's see what's happening with you guys. Go ahead and get started with Aries. Whoops, that really did jump out, so I'm going to take it. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull the cards really quick. I'm going to pull cards, and then I'm going to pull oracle cards, and then do a yes or no at the very end. So stick around to the end if you have a question for me. Okay, let's see here. What we got for Aries, the Emperor, energy. Okay, what we've got for love, general. What do we have for singles in love, or singles love messages? Okay. What do we have for taken? Aries that are already in a connection, whether small or big. Any messages for the taking Aries? Okay. And then we'll go ahead and pull the career, family and friends, blessings, and then obstacles. All right, let me go ahead and put this to the side. Okay, so let's go ahead and start talking about love here. Okay. Ugh, I'm drinking coffee off the wrong side. So it's a little early in the morning, but I wanted to get this out of the way. Okay, so we have the underworld and we have erosion. The underworld is pay attention to learn. Say it's too early. Okay, so to me, it's looking at something from underneath, like looking deep. Something's falling apart or doesn't seem right to you. Or there's like holes in the connection, or holes in like past connections. You never understood why it never went anywhere for some of you guys. Or if it did go anywhere, it always end up going south. Okay. Okay, so then let's go ahead into the general love. Let's see. We've got timing. We also have timing. What about timing? The general is for anybody, okay? Just everybody. Okay, that one was upside down. Okay, I'm just going to leave it upside down because it feels right. Okay, so this talks about someone thinking it's not the right time or wasn't the right time. The things are not coming together in time. It just feels like someone here is trying to remain positive. If you are the feminine Aries energy, you are trying to remain positive when it comes to a love situation. What do I mean? It's whether you're not with this person, you thought timing would change everything, or you felt like timing was the problem in the past, one thing or the other, and things are just not coming together like you hoped for. Okay, and if you're the male energy, it's just saying timing was the issue. Things are not coming together like I want to with a positive potential feminine energy. Take it as it resonates, guys. Whoever's interested in the female is what I'm saying. If you're not interested in the female, you consider yourself feminine energy. That's what I'm talking about. Apply it however it applies to you. Okay, for the singles, actually, yeah, singles. Wow, again. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. It just really talks about you thinking, believing, sticking to your gut, what your traditions are, what your beliefs are, when it comes to how things should come together. And you're either someone's really super focused on someone trying to be more flexible or asking the other person to be more flexible, or you asking someone that they can change or you believe that they can change. You're focused on that. And it could be someone hoping or thinking that you will change how things need to come together, how to fix things between you guys, build a bridge and not burn the bridge down, kind of thing. It's too early to do this, I think. Let's see. Now let's go ahead and do the Taken. Sorry to clear my throat one more time. That one really popped out. Okay. Okay. This just talks about starting over again. Maybe there's something in the past that someone missed or someone was ignoring. Possibly someone saw certain patterns and just let it go. You know, let me just say this. So, in the beginning of a connection, if people are honest, you can start seeing all the red flags or all the things that you will not be comfortable with. If you see those red flags, I would suggest to possibly not nitpick someone, but after it reaches a new phase in the connection to say, hey, can we talk about this? You've been doing this a certain way, or you're talking to me a certain way, or doing this, and I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with that. Compromise, and then just make sure that they understand if there's something you're doing to see if you can change that too. Right? It's all about compromise. There's two people in a connection, not just one. And well, just depends because everybody's doing things differently anymore. So, but anyways, what I was going to say was there are some people that wait, 5-10 years later down the road, and then now want someone to change some bad habit that you felt like it was making the relationship or part of the relationship fall apart or not be stable or strong. That's not fair. I don't think you should be putting up with something that long either. That's insane. But this talks about a reflection of what happened in the past or how you're seeing things are going, and you want to start new, refresh, restart with someone. I think someone's been masking something here, and I think it has to do how they really feel or how something the other person has done has affected them, and they're trying to put things to rest. They're trying to show concern. They're trying to unmask and reveal some kind of truth. But at the same time, if you wait so long, it may not be taken very well. Just saying. So don't wait too long. And I'm not talking about little stupid shit, guys. I'm talking about, someone just disrespecting you, or someone doing the wandering eye thing. Like, it's so freaking tiresome. Like, you want to look at other people, then go look at other fucking people and leave me alone, But anyways, that's what I wish I could have told my younger self when I was dating. I was just so tired of that shit. Meeting guys who were just couldn't help it but just like eye screw somebody. Like, that's what it looks like. They're eyeballing screwing somebody, and it's just so tiresome and disgusting. But anyways, this is what I'm talking about. Somebody's tired. Somebody's seen something that's been happening for a while. They've kept it quiet. They see it as it's fallen apart, or this is the reason why our connection is bad. You want to reflect on it. You want to start new. But someone's going to be seen as masking, lying about it. And then almost petty kind of energy too if you waited so long. So be careful how you put this to rest. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about career and money. Okay, let me shuffle these. There is a video going around about how we should renew a marriage license after so many years, like a deal with no. I mean, I'm assuming the reason people would do that is because 4 to 5 years, there's no ties, there's no, financial something, and it's just easier for people to just wash their hands after they get tired, I guess. But I think every few years to reflect and talk about what's happened. I think it's a good idea. But oops, sorry, I dropped my cards. But I think it's a good idea to kind of reflect, maybe after a year or so, and what changes need to be happening between you guys. But if it's always one-sided changes and everything, that just tells me that something's not right. Because nobody's perfect. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, here we go. Career and money. All right, I mean, this bridge card's coming out a lot for Aries, so I think you're trying to fix a lot of things. You're trying to get a lot of things to come together somehow. But all this really talks about you having more authority, wanting to have more power over your job, your career. And that's just fixing things, coming together. You may have an opportunity to have more control of what you are doing or your money of some sorts. This is for the month of October, by the way. So I should have said that in the beginning. Family and friends. Let's see what's happening with family and friends. Okay, that's good. Let's see. What about joy? Okay, this involves your family and friends in the month of October, and this just really talks about being happy, joyful, energetic, because something's going to be cleared up. You will have an answer to something. You will get an answer with some kind of issue. Obviously, if you need an answer or a solution, it's because there was a problem. So something's going to be made very clear. You're going to see, you know, you can see clearly now what you need to do or what the answer is when it comes to family and or friends in the month of October. Something of a problem you've been dealing with before, though. I think this is not super detailed, guys. If not, it wouldn't be a general reading, right? If I go crazy on details, then it's not general anymore, right? Blessings, obstacles. All right, let's see, what about your blessings? I don't know if you or someone else has been very mixed emotion about a connection here. Like how to be romantic, how to court each other, how to date, how to even just deal with each other kind of thing. But I honestly feel like someone here is going to put something behind them, some concern behind them when it comes to a love connection. So your blessing is whoever you're thinking about when I say this. Some either you or the other person, I don't know who's who, has had mixed emotions about this connection. I think some concerns are going to put about a specific thing or overall it's going to be put behind them. And I think it's going to open up for you guys to be more accepting of each other when it comes to courting, dating, harmony, getting along kind of thing. I mean, it could be an ex and that you still have to deal with, and then some kind of concern will be put behind you guys. There'll be some kind of peace put on the table if it is an ex, for you guys to harmonize a little bit more. And when I say be more get along, it doesn't mean like you guys are getting married. I mean, you just may just not want to kill each other in public anymore. Okay, obstacles. I think the obstacle here is a connection. So if the other one where the blessing was, if it's an ex and you're just getting along with this person, the obstacle is a new person and having the connection with this person, moving on to the next step with this person. I think it may have to do because of an ex though. Yours or theirs for some reason. Or the obstacle is how to find the right person for you. How to chase the right person for you. I think if you're a male energy, you already have somebody in mind, is what it's telling me. If you're a feminine energy, I don't know if you really have someone in mind right now. It is not really telling me that. Why is this an obstacle? Give me more on the obstacle. Maybe like non-committal. Or the other person's non-committal here. So more obstacles. Just feeling like it's difficult, maybe stubborn to commit of some sorts because someone is not sure that they feel like they belong. All right, let's go ahead and pull some oracles. Interesting. What else do we have for my Aries for the month of October? There's a lot of love coming out for you. All right, what is happening with my Aries in the month of October? There's a lot of manifesting or wishing or praying. And it's something from the past because it almost looks like a face and it's looking backwards. And you're wishing for something. You're hoping for something. So maybe someone's manifesting you. You're manifesting someone. Let's see what else. What else is happening for my Aries? Well, okay. It's almost like the energy of I'm looking myself in the mirror. I'm looking at the past. Why am I speaking like that? I don't know. I'm looking at what I have. I'm looking at what I've created. Just reflecting, accepting what you have and what you can create or what you've already created. And what you've created, you're failing to see. You're failing to see what you've created. Interesting. All right, since you had a lot of love type of energy in here, I'm going to pull you a love kind of cards. Let's see what we got. Sorry, my chair squeezed a million times before I can even reach get a card deck. Get more comfortable. Let's see what this dog is. All right, so let's go ahead and pull your oracles for Aries. Love, what's happening? October, give us more clues. Okay, feminine energy just talks about someone who's taking care of business, emotional-wise, nurturing, healing of some sorts. Like understanding that you need to heal something within because you're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling it's reached some kind of limit. You have the final straw. It could be anything, like an addiction, a way of life, a habit. It doesn't matter. All right, let's go ahead and pull your yes or no or maybe cards. So if you have a question, you need an answer, I'm pulling it right now. So let's go ahead and pull Aries, yes or no. I shuffle these better separated sometimes. Yes or no for Aries. energy. Let's see what we got. Yes, no, maybe for Aries. The whole desk moves. Am I answering their question or what? Oh my gosh. Okay, no. Your answer is no, Aries. It's some kind of dream or an illusion. I think there's a lot of confusion around this. I think there's you are aware of this, or you need to be more straightforward, or something needs to be more clear before you decide yes or the other person decides yes. And there's something that truth needs to be revealed, all right? And someone may try to avoid a shit show too. Bye. Hi Leo, welcome to Cruising Tarot. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pull your overall energy, then the topics we're going to be talking about, oracles, and then a yes no at the end. So I'm going to hit about 15 to 25 minute video about. I'm also on TikTok if you want to check that out. More information in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started with Leo. What is your overall energy for the month of October? Tempest. All right, so storm, commotion, pot stirring, building inner disturbance. You need to release in some kind of energy, or what is it? You need another vacay. What is it, Leo? Leo, the strength. All right, so let's go ahead and pull some cards. Okay, so there we go. Love, singles, taken. Money, career, family, friends, blessings, and obstacles. Let's go ahead and get started. I think Tempest is more like an inner storm, wanting to release some kind of... I hate this chair. Wanting to release... I wonder if I can relax the back end a little bit. But anyways, wanting to release and scream or say something, or things are just... You feel like so much under pressure. Okay? So much under pressure when it comes to something. Maybe too many responsibilities, a lot going on, and then you feel like things are just... You're the only one that can put things together. You're the only one that can keep things together. Kind of energy here. And I'm going to try something different. I'm tempted to. Okay, let me just try this. Ugh, I can never shuffle these very well. There we go. Let's see what we've got for general love. Wanted to try these with yours, not the Lenamart this time. Might not be a good idea. This doesn't want to communicate with me. Oh, there we go. One more. Oh, there it is. Okay, so... You know, when it comes to love, I always feel like you have to adapt. Like you're the one who has to adapt to everybody else. It's almost the energy giving me that, why does not anybody else try just as much as me sometimes? Why do I have to be the one to be the strongest? Why do I have to always feel like I'm always changing for everybody else? It's like you're the only one that can reconcile things. You're the only one that can fix things. You're the only one that can protect things. It's like acceptance of some sorts. And then it feels like this is all your responsibility, because if not, there's going to be a shit show. Everything's going to fall apart if you don't do it this way. That's and it has to do with love. And it's like, well, that sounds dramatic. What does that mean? I'm just saying, like, for example, if you're the only one putting in the effort for romanticism, you're the only one, but you feel like you have already a lot going on, and it's like the other person can't figure this out. Why can't they take over these responsibilities, lighten my load up a little bit? We both need to connect. But why is it always up to me? What is the point if I have to take control of everything? Okay, singles. Obviously, this talks about a new beginning, something starting new, right? So something is starting new. There's a potential for something new to start for you guys. The only thing is, though, whatever this is, just no structure. Sorry, I hit the mic with my coffee cup. It's metal. Let me put it to the side here. And I pick it up again. I'm trying to get closer so I don't have to use a stupid chair like this, but let me sit a different way. All right, so it's still gonna squeak. Oh, I'm so annoyed. Anyways, so there's no structure. It feels like you're maybe questioning whether this can be efficient or not. There's something new, and you feel like there's no structure, there's no control, there's no discipline. You're not feeling secure in this. And you don't know if it's worth the hard work, or the other person is too slow, or something like that. Let me just take these out of here so I can have more room. Okay, for the people who are taking, that's for the month of October, by the way. People who are already in the connection, your messages would be the General, which is the first card, and the third card. Singles would be the first card and the second card of these. So this is for people who are already in the connection. Oh, I hate this chair so much sometimes. Okay, what about this? So I don't know if you guys, one of you or both of you in the connection are having issues with reputation, self-esteem, or maybe self-image. What I mean is, if it is self-image or like self-esteem, someone feels the other person is not recognizing the other person's issues, or not recognizing the other person's low self-esteem, or like someone checking the other person out like this, to be attracted to the other person, like hitting on someone else, giving them eye affection kind of thing too, or some type of affection or acknowledgement here. I do feel like someone here is blinded. So it could be that whoever feels that the other person is not giving them recognition by flirting or seeing the other person or something, feels that they're blind and not really seeing things for what it is. If it is reputation, I think a lot of people are noticing somebody here, and the other person feels like it's difficult to deal with that when the other person is getting so much attention. And it could be someone working on their body and they're getting recognized for it. And it could be that someone is feeling left behind. It's kind of hard to, but in connection, you still have to date. I mean, every relationship is different, guys. Whatever you guys want to do as relationship, then you do it. But I'm just saying, and I would assume most relationships want to keep dating. If not, you lose that connection of some sort. I think it strengthens the connection itself. Okay. Let's talk about your career and or money. hate this chair so much. I hate it. And I don't care how fancy some of them gamer chairs look. They don't look comfortable to me. It's like, what the hell is that? Oh my God. Jeez. All right. So when it comes to your career and your money, this talks about feeling confused or have mixed ideas and or emotions about it. What it could, if it's more than one person here, I think you both have different ideas what accumulation means, what effort means, what you guys build together or build period means. This also talks about having lots, but having to do it in moderation. It's like your money you're focused on, you're really mixed because you have to do things in moderation. And I think this someone feels a little sensitive because of that. What do I mean? Somebody has money, whether it's just a little bit or a lot, whatever. I mean, everybody's idea of money is different. So some investment here, what you've accomplished, someone's confused on what to do. They feel like they have to take control, be more patient with their money because they're trying to do things in moderation, overspending, not spending enough, something like that. And feels like someone wants to work on their goals and or dreams, whether it's small or big. And someone just feels like very sensitive about the topic of money at the moment. Let's go ahead and pull your oracles for your career for Leo. What we got? In October, you're going to be facing someone, okay, either somebody, I'm just going to say somebody because I can't be too specific. Again, this is a general. Somebody's going to need help. Someone's going to ask for help. You or someone else, they're going to ask you, I don't know. And whatever this is though, this help. So if it's someone asking for your help, it may help them. And then to make straighten the connection between you guys. Like someone may be loyal to you. If you're asking for help, someone's going to help you. And it's the beginning of something like investment that's worthy of some sorts. All right, let's go ahead and check out family and friends. What we got for family and friends for you guys. I can never shuffle these like that, like I want to. There you go. What we got for family and friends. What we got for family and friends in the month of October. In the month of October, I think you're going to be evaluating some family and your friends. You're gonna look at options and choices on what to do, how to stabilize things. How do you see certain family members or friends, whether they're healthy connections or not, or they're stable connections or not. It's more like, I know it sounds selfish, but sometimes you have to be a little selfish, guys. What I mean is that if you're surrounded by toxic people, toxic family, you do not have an obligation to always be there, especially if they're being really toxic towards you. And then you've, said something to them because you don't like the way they're talking to you, the way they're treating you. That, after a while, if you try to fix it and it doesn't work out, it's okay to walk away. I'm just saying it's okay to walk away. Just because they're your family doesn't mean you have to be around. Now, if you're overly sensitive, being a cry bitch baby about everything, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the real problems. If you're not perfect and expect someone to be perfect, that's not what I'm talking about. If you're overly sensitive, cry about everything, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you're reflecting and seeing your choices and options on what to do with certain families or friends because you want something healthier, more stable, something that's productive within everybody around you. And that's not a bad thing to do. I feel like you have no choice. I do feel like some of you guys are playing the victim here. It's like you're nitpicking everything everybody else does, but make sure you understand what your faults are before you start pointing out others. Blessings and obstacles. All right, let's see what your blessings and obstacles is. Blessings, obstacles, blessings and obstacles. All right. All right. In October, you're going to come up with an idea. You're going to come up with an idea to help you go to calmer waters, to move forward, or to release something, to make things calmer. Like if your part of your life has been a little bit untamable, all over the place, there's an idea that you're going to come up with that's going to set you off to release something because you have to release it, or to overcome it, or to move forward. Whatever this is, you're going to be able to handle. You're going to be able to prioritize something. You're going to be able to balance it out in October. That's great. So something that's just been weighing on your mind a lot. And they're finally, Eureka, I have an idea. Now let's see your obstacles. All right, so what do we have for obstacles? Just dealing with the huge change. Something major may be happening, or you foresee it in October. Maybe you're not going to be affected in October as much, but you're going to know about it in October. It's a huge change coming. You may feel like you may not have the resources. You may feel like it may put you in some kind of hardship, but it may not be like super long. I think it'll change in time. It's only like a cycle. It's only meant to be like a change you needed to have in order to, like a turning point in your life. It's needed, whatever this is. And but you're worried about it, like it seemed negative, but it's a change that needed to happen, is what it's telling me. But you overcoming this feeling of not having what it takes is maybe the thing that gets in your way of this cycle going faster. It's like a phase or a cycle you have to go through sometimes in life to put you where you need to be, or something you have to do. It's karmic sometimes, like it's payback, it's life. Everybody gets payback. And it's something you may have to suffer for just a little bit, or, or you see it as exaggerated suffering. I don't know how else to say that, but it's a huge change. And I think it was time. Let's go and pull some oracles, and then we'll do the yes and no. What we got? Let's see. What's the biggest person you're going to be dealing with in October? And what I mean, like, just the biggest situation and who does it involve with? Like, who's involved? How would you know who this person is, right? For Leo, who is this person? How would Leo know? The biggest person situation and who is involved in this, the one person mostly involved, whether it's good or bad. It's a whoop. I think it has to do with those golden hands and the golden eggs oracle cards that I showed you. Okay, something like that, but I think it's tied to that. So whoever this is someone who's looking for an opportunity, wants to gift you, wants you to gift them something, like a blessing of some sort. Someone who's dealing with some kind of mental health, a breakdown possibly because they're overwhelmed. And then someone that likes to be on social media or marketing, or likes to talk a lot and be very social. I don't know. Okay. Maybe not exactly an extrovert all the time, but maybe a selective extrovert too. Okay. What else do we have for you guys before I do the yes or no? Let's see here. What else do we have for you? What else is happening in the month of October for my Leos? You definitely feeling the pressure, guys. You're definitely going to feel the pressure in October. Let's go ahead and pull these. Okay, this talks about rebounds, right? Rebound does not necessarily always have to be in love connections. I think people misuse this rebound word for just love connections. I mean, it could be love connection, but it could be a temporary comfort, avoiding loneliness, quick replacement just to forget it. So what do I mean? Let's say I'm dealing with some kind of stress and then I go do something to hopefully forget about that stress or that situation. That's technically still a rebound. So I'm doing something else to avoid thinking about that. So it's like saying, there's a conversation that needed to be had, or it already was done, and I feel really upset about that. So I go and take a vacation to avoid dealing with that, or trying to avoid it somehow. I think someone here needs some kind of safe space. I think someone wants to feel comfortable. They want to feel loved and protected here. It's what it's talking about. I don't know if you or someone else you're dealing with. And there's some kind of hidden emotions. There's some kind of secret someone needs to reveal. Some kind of opening. Something you're not seeing. All right. So someone here is dealing something, rebound instead of dealing with a matter. So they're doing something in order to avoid having to face something here. Someone does not feel comfortable, does not feel protected, could be not feel protected by you, or they just don't, or you're the one who doesn't feel this way. And then there's something someone's hiding. Someone's trying to avoid a conversation or a secret, and then something about it has to be said and it has to be revealed. All right, let's go ahead and pull your yes or no. All right, so for Leo, what is your answer to your question? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, your answer to your question is yes. There's going to be a time of solitude or self-reflection. It's almost saying that there's answers you need, and the only answers can come from you. Like you, in fact, some of it, like I want to say, you already know. You already know. You're aware. You're just ignoring it. And then here there's something about communication. It has to do with mutual communication coming in, someone that you need to have together if it applies, this definition. All right, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye. Alrighty, Sagittarius, welcome to Clues and Tarot. I'm back making more videos for you guys. I'm here for entertainment purposes, but still stick to truth and clarity. If you like these kind of readings, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. That's the only way I keep making these free videos for you guys. All right. I do have, if you guys have respectful recommendations, leave the comments, okay? And also I'm on TikTok if you want to check out those quickie type of readings. They're pretty fast, but you know, some reason it's taking off a little bit faster pace than YouTube has been. So let's go ahead and get started with you guys. It's the overall energy for my Sagittarius. Balance. Oh, balance. Just balance. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about it, Sagittarius. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards on the topics we're going to be talking about. And then I'm going to pull some oracles. And at the very end, I'm going to pull a yes or no kind of answer for you. So stay tuned. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so we have balancing. The balance act. All right, so let me shuffle these really quick too, and then we'll get started. I had a weird dream. I need to start making videos on my dreams, but only for myself, just so I can keep track. I don't think they mean anything, but let's see what we got for Sagittarius. Okay, so overall energy for love, for my singles, and for the people who are in the connection. All right, so let me check on my dog. Okay, so accomplish. Alrighty. Okay, overall energy, trying to balance something out. Why I feel like trying to forgive, trying to fix something, trying to learn a lesson, And based on what you've accomplished as an individual in past connections, based on what you've accomplished in current connections, and it talks about being very competitive or always being involved in some kind of drama, always feeling like this is always dramatic, and I feel like I need a major change, or I need to end things the way they've been before. I need to end the drama anymore. You know what though, I get that, but at the same time, if you want to be spontaneous, if you want to play games, I'm just saying take responsibility. If you like ghosting, if you like playing games, if you like to pick someone that has a lot of baggage, or you're the one with a lot of baggage, don't expect calmness and don't cry about being bored. I'm just saying, deal with the drama if you want. You don't want anything boring, or something like that. So I'm fine with boring because I kind of just feel like I don't want to deal with heart attacks. I don't want to deal with heart attacks no more. So even like work, I would love for it to be boring sometimes. So, but yeah, this just talks about what you've been reflecting. How do you balance your life out? Because what you've accomplished, you're looking in the past and all the drama and the competition, always feeling like there's always something happening in your love life in the past or currently. You're trying to end how it's been. Okay, so let's go ahead. Singles. You're a single Sagittarius. This is for you. Yeah, the first one was just a general love. Okay, so either you or someone, it could be you or someone's wish fulfillment, or you have some kind of wish or desire to be satisfied somehow. It's a secret. So if it's you, it's like saying whoever this is, there's somebody here who has a secret and they have a wish towards to be with somebody or be with a type of person, and whatever this is not easy because they're feeling like they feel guilty about this, or they fear this, or they've messed this up somehow. All right, where was I? All right, so whatever this secret is, someone has a secret. It could be about satisfaction here and feeling guilty about it. Or someone secretly wants somebody that they can't have or shouldn't have, and then there's some kind of wish about this, but it's eating somebody alive at night. Okay, let's see. Who is in the connection? This is for you. All right, so somebody, it's just the overall energies waiting, being patient when it comes to someone. Someone feeling disappointed, almost feeling bored of having to wait here, and already feeling like they're defeated now. This is not going to happen. So what am I saying? What am I saying is in the connection, there's something you've been waiting for, a proposal, waiting to move in together, waiting for someone to admit something, waiting for someone to change something, waiting for someone to recognize and read your mind, because they're psychics, you know, because you can't, for some reason, for some of you guys, tell the other person what's going on. So it could be you, it could be the other person if you're in a connection, all right? And then someone feeling upset because you have not read my mind of what I want or what I'm mad about. You should know. Sometimes people don't know people. You just have to tell them. And not wait a year of them making the same damn mistake either. Just tell them. They should know. No, don't do that, because we all have things we should know and we don't do or say or know. So something kind of like that. All right, let's continue. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and pull your career and money. See, what about this? What about this? Okay, what do we got? Alrighty, so So there's an idea, something new you want to do, something you're going to get started in the month of October. Maybe it's a new passion, maybe it's something you've already started before and it's finally taking off. There's a lot of energy, there's a lot of action happening, there's a lot of conversations happening in whatever this is. But it also talks about you potentially feeling a little bit disappointed, feeling a little bit in disillusion about this. But here's what I'm getting mostly for some of you guys now that I see these pictures side to side. October, new creation, new idea that you'll have is taking off, or you want to take a lot of action, but you have to walk away from something in order to get this done. And you have to cut ties with something else. And it could be your own habits or patterns, or you figuring out how to separate negativity from this. But I think you have to cut ties. What do I mean? Let's say you decided that you're going to start your own business. You have a great idea and you want to get started, but you're really kind of concerned about walking away from something else, like your current job, and you don't know how to cut ties because maybe you're codependent to this job due to benefits or whatever. Let me go and pull some Oracle cards for you guys. It's really hard to balance everything out in life, guys. It's really hard, but it's harder when you don't even try, though. Let's see here. What we got for Sagittarius in October. Okay, on the table. Okay, like I said before, all right? So you want to leave something, you want to start something, right? It's what the idea you're having here. And it could be a new position within the same company, I don't know, or having to go back to school to start something new, learn something new. But someone's putting things on the table. Truth. Putting all the cards on the table kind of phrase. Having this conversation and not be the most easy to have, and someone's worried about things being frozen, not having the income, having to be left out in the cold for a little bit, lacking resources for a short period of time. And then at the same time, someone's super focused that this may be worth it if a new life starts, a new fresh start, a new job, a new investment, something starts new. Family and friends. See what's happening with that. What is happening with family and friends in the month of October? All right, so someone's going toward a direction of more discipline around someone. This could be talking about someone younger than you, a younger person. You might be dealing with this person if it's a child or a family member, and they're lacking self-discipline. You'll be working with this person and helping them understand what discipline means. And the reason you're doing this because you feel like something's breaking down in their life, or you feel like their lack of discipline is going to be affecting their future. There's something like you feel like it's a lot of responsibility when it comes to this, or this person's lacking responsibility, period, or the ideas of responsibility. And it's like any little thing, they feel like they complain like it's too much. Sorry. So look at what is next. A blessing. Sorry, I almost said obstacle, but it's blessing. See what's happening for you guys when it comes to blessing. These are not the easiest to shuffle, but I'm trying my best. By the time they get, these are all both sideways, okay? I'm just going to take them right side up because they both came out sideways. All right, a new beginning. Okay, so this talks about in the past, there was a huge clusterfuck. This could represent a disaster, a divorce. This could represent an emergency, something you were not expecting. Even if you did, it happened so intensely you were not expecting it to happen. Whatever this is to you, your shitstorm, your biggest thing that happened in your life, whether it turned out to be great or not, eventually, this talks about having a new beginning to take control, maybe avoiding a situation like this again, or taking control and taming, having strength, power over a situation like this. Having the upper hand now when it comes to this. Okay, obstacles. Let's see what we've got in obstacles. Here comes the strength card again. Maybe have you guys dealing with a Leo or something? Another fire sign? I just know it's interesting because my father and father-in-law are both Sagittarius. And my mother and my mother-in-law are both Aries. And man, the relationship is crazy. I'm just going to say that in my point of view. I don't know. Do you guys know another Aries and Sagittarius combo? And how did that go? Anyways, and these obviously are older ones, but still, it's crazy. Anyways, tell me more about this obstacle for Sagittarius. All right, so this has to do with your health or stability. And it could be health, mental, physical, it doesn't matter. Something that you should supposed to be, like growth, could be like maturity. It can be anything like that, guys. Something you're supposed to be balanced out when it comes to health, growth, or stability. I think you were overconfident. You had overconfident. You were very, what is the word here? There was intense conflict. And I think you had a lot to do with that because of your overconfidence. And then now you're going to feel some kind of guilty. There's going to be a consequence you're going to see that you weren't expecting or hoping not to pay. Something like that when it comes to this. And what do I mean before you say that? Let's say me, right? I'm overweight and trying to lose weight again. Anyways, let's say this means this talks about balancing, because if not, I will get, my health will be affected. Obviously, I'll have complications like diabetes. And this talks about I was overconfident, like, oh, I'm drinking all these sodas, or it could be alcohol, whoever. And I didn't think I was going to pay any price. Well, you are. Something's going to make you feel bad. All right, sorry. Bye. Oh, why am I saying bye? Oracle's next. Alrighty, let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards for you guys. Let's see what's happening in the month of October. And then I'm going to do a yes or no, or maybe question. I keep saying yes or no, but it's actually yes or no, maybe. Alrighty, let's see what else is happening for Sagittarius. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this talks about you're going to have a new opportunity. Something new is coming in your life, or you're starting something new. Period. There's something you're dealing with, something you're doing, something positive. All right, and then you're going to have a redirection. Someone's going to come in, or it's because of a redirection you're having something new in your life. But there says to be careful with someone two-faced, or don't be two-faced. And almost getting like gratitude too. Some kind of gratitude needs to happen here. So maybe something great's happening, and then some you've been redirected to a new path. Or it could be like something new's happening because of divine intervention. It could be dealing with two different people. What else? Okay, it's express, let it go, forgive yourself, free your heart, release grudges, emotional freedom, and gossip. Okay, so it's either telling me like here that this has to do with love and you need to let go of something, okay, because of rumors or some kind of reputation here, or like the way you used to deal with love in the past, or it could be like express love to someone that you want to express love to. One or the other. I'm okay. I shouldn't say it like I'm telling you what to do, or like maybe that's what you might do. Anything else? Alrighty, so we have hustle mode. Okay. It just talks about you're going to get hit on a lot, or you're going to be hitting on a lot of people. You're going to have a lot of hustle when it comes to being romantic. So romantic doesn't always need to talks about love. It just talks about living in the moment kind of thing. So, all right, let's go ahead and do yes or no, or maybe. All right, Sagittarius, your yes or no, maybe. Let's answer your question. No. Your answer is no. There's too much conflict. There's too much guilt to deal with, and you're blinded by all this. All right, bye.